Hey there, it's me again, Anonymous. Thank you for coming back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Anonymous, and I dissect gang stalking in such a way that deems any gang stalking operation futile. And my mission, the mission of this channel, is to ruin the whole gang stalking operation, the whole gang stalking game for gang stalkers. I want to inform everyone of all the information. I want to give people all the information that they need, targets in particular, in order for them to come out of gang stalking unharmed. And today we're gonna go over a little bit of I'm not sure if I want to call it motivational speaking, because that my intention is not to motivate you, but it is to inform you about what makes a champion or a superstar. So in the book by Dr. John Elliott, he has a doctor of neurobiology and he's an expert in high performance. He has worked with high performance entrepreneurs, athletes, salespeople, rock stars, um, um, big names, corporations. He's an expert in high performance, and it helps people get out of the rut and it makes them into high performers. The book is called Overachievement, Dr. John Elliott. Amazing read. I highly recommend it. If you have a chance, it's there's a version for young people and there's a version for mature people with more informative information, more technical information. Now, what is it that what is the type of people what is the result? What is it that gang stalkers want? Gang stalkers want you to be left like a damn crazy person, locked up, in jail, dead. They want you to ruin your own reputation by saying out loud that you're being followed by people. And also, what else? That, let me see. And to make you not be able to enjoy your life, to make you feel that you're getting persecuted, and pretty much be a shit show for everyone to enjoy. Now, the difference, the one thing that has not allowed me to become a mess after I'm a permanent mess is my ability to bounce back. So people who don't bounce back, possibly they catastrophize everything. They feel like it's the end of the world. They allow their past failures to they allow their past failures they allow themselves to identify with their past failures. That's what they focus on, their failures. Gang stalkers have beat the shit out of me. They have not physically, but they have psychologically fucked me over, mopped the floor, made me into a drug addict, had me in the hospital, making me believe that I'm crazy. Like, they have done everything that could possibly be done to a target. They've done everything. Everything. However, I learned for every single one of those experiences, and I am not defined by it. I have the experience, I live it, I acknowledge it, analyze it, and I move forward strategically. I'm not going to lie to you until that I have always been like that. However, as time has gone by, I am I am like that more and more, and I ruminate about my losses less and less. I have lost everything. I have lost my my perfect reputation. I have lost my home. I have lost. I lost my abs. I've lost everything. You know. However, I'm not laying on the floor crying about it. Why? Because life is short. I'm gonna die someday, and I'm not gonna spend a second feeling sorry about myself because that is not gonna get me anywhere. So, us people who have been victims of gang stalking, just give ourselves permission to feel sorry for ourselves. And the only reason that we feel sorry for ourselves is because we do not know how to get out. We don't understand what's happening to us. We don't have an understanding of it. We can't conceptualize it. Because no one has ever tried to impose a new narrative of reality on us, especially when it's an operation that is comprised of so many people. It is a huge puzzle. However, let me tell you, I have had a lot of lows in my life. A lot of lows. And I have been always, until I was like 30, been a very naive person. I genuinely believe that everyone had the best intentions for me. However, gang stalking taught me the opposite. And that's the one thing that I had to learn. And as soon as I learned it, I've been able to turn around my life. Because now I can see them from far away, what their intentions are, and then I just cut them off and then move forward. And it's as simple as that. No one ever taught me that. No one ever. And that is honestly the one lesson that has costed me the most. And you know, it is what it is. There was a while where I was literally just like, especially when it was COVID, like I was just in my car, and I would literally just dwell on it and just marinate in my own anger. And I promised that that wouldn't happen again. And the worst things have been the best things that have happened to me, because it's the things that have taught me the most. So the way that you bounce back for something such as gang stalking, first you have to realize a couple of things. One, if your life was perfect and then all of a sudden you were getting gang stalked and your life went to shit, it's probably because you were getting gang stalked, you were selective, and then you began getting gang stalked in such a way that you wouldn't know to make you go to that path of addiction, of gambling, of whatever it is that device is. And then, so you were getting pretty much manipulated into going in that direction. And the thing is that you're going to be blaming yourself for it. So for me, it's like this is why I pretty much snapped out of it, because I realized that my gang stalking began way before I knew I was getting gang stalked. I was manipulated into being a drug addict. I was manipulated into being a sex addict. I was manipulated into being a complete mess. So all of the things that I did, it was not because of me only. It was because there were more people involved pushing me in that direction. So I don't feel responsible for any of the harm that I did. I did harm, I know. And I feel responsible. However, I did not deceive anyone. And it takes two to tango. Period. So the things that I did, I know were because I was manipulated to be this way in the first place. And there were a lot of participants. So my guilt, as soon as I learned that, all the guilt from the things of, oh, you're a hoe, you're a slut, you're this, you're that, all of that was just lifted off my back. And all my self-esteem, my power was restored in an instant. Because it made all those opinions that were imposed on me by gang stalkers false. Because I did not drive myself that way. I was driven that way. I am partially responsible. I'm not blaming everything on the gang stalkers. I love that shit. However, I have always been extremely controlled. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, I became a mess for no apparent reason. But that's the thing, is that the reason was not apparent. But when I was able to see why I became that way, boom, I was able to fix that. And I bounced back 100%. And let me tell you, I did not spend 1 second. As soon as I took off that weight off my back, and I was able to rationalize everything, I became me again. It took away all the powers of gang stalking away from them, and it made them completely futile, inservible, insignificant, trivial. A house of cards just fell to the floor. But not only that, it gave me the biggest power I have ever had. Well, the biggest powers I have ever had. Be extremely aware of what everyone around me is doing. Even when it doesn't look like I'm paying attention to them, I am. 2, knowledge of incredibly underhanded manipulations. How to detect them and how to get rid of that people. 3, how to turn the tables. How to embarrass them. 4, how to stand up for myself. Like I have never stood up for myself. And 5, how to not give a shit about what people think about me. That's exactly what gang stalking was in my life for, because those are the 5 things that I needed to learn. And guess what? I feel fucking invincible. I bounced back and I didn't spend 1 second ruminating about all the shit that had been done to me, because that stuff, I didn't know any better. But now I know better, and guess what? Now that I know the answers, gang stalking has nothing on me. Nothing. And let me tell you, they're trying. Let me tell you, one person told me, psychological attacks can be blocked, and they have their effects over time. And yeah, they do. But they only had an effect on me because I didn't understand exactly what entailed a psychological attack. But once I saw it, guess what? I have been blocking all the psychological attacks. The only thing that I lacked was knowledge. And if you're a target, you need to watch all these videos, because I'm giving you all the answers on how to beat the fucking gang stalking operation, how not to spend 1 second feeling sorry for yourself, and to be a champion. What makes a superstar? Do you know why Michael Jordan is a superstar? Michael Jordan doesn't hold any. The only record that he holds, that he's incredibly proud of, is the most missed shots. I'm not sure I am not sure if he still holds that record. But he has the record, or had the record, of the most missed shots in a career. Do you think after he made a mistake, do you think he just left the court and sat down and began feeling like sorry for himself for missing a shot? Nuh-uh. he forgot about it, and boom, tried again. That's the only way they're gonna move on. If you have a short memory for failures and a short memory for victories. Why a short memory for victories? Because you cannot allow your victories to define you. Because if you get cocky, you're gonna get sloppy. However, you should always have confidence. You should wear Ray-Bans to the office, like John Elliott said. You don't have to be successful to have confidence. Confidence is a mental state. When I believed that I was shit and I had no confidence in myself, I was still confident that I was gonna beat this fucking thing. I knew it from the second it started. I knew I was gonna beat it. I knew I was gonna find out everything about it. I knew I was gonna find out all the information. I knew I was gonna be able to unravel the mystery, solve the puzzle, and boom, beat it, just like that. That's why I never said anything, because I was observing, studying, analyzing, living, experiencing. It was all part of the process. And because all the information that I found about gang stalking online was completely useless. There was no book. The only things that I found was like, oh, hey, gang stalking, direct energy weapons, it's awful. And it was just a bunch of complaints and a bunch of science fiction writing. Now, are you a victim? I'm not a victim. I take everything that life throws at me and I fucking take care of it. Like you should. If you're getting gang stalked, dude, or ma'am, use this an opportunity to solve some puzzles. I know it sounds dumb, but listen, I would not be as furiously making videos, as furiously trying to improve my body, as furiously to learn more about identifying the false narrative and about figuring out what entails gang stalking if it wasn't for that experience. It was the best shit that ever happened to me. Because I had the opportunity to experience something that would have not been, that many people don't understand. And I was able to live it long enough to be able to decipher the code. Leading to having the privilege to solving that puzzle and being the first one that gives you the actual truth about gang stalking and how to defeat it. Everyone online tells you, oh, it's a demon, it's this, it's that. No. It's a bunch of demons. It's a bunch of psychopaths. They can tell you whatever, it's a spirit, pray, whatever. That's fine. But I give you, this is the only source of actual practical advice that will literally help you see gang stalking for what it is and make it futile. And I am the only one that can give you your freedom back. And it is an honor to be able to say that. And listen, if you were getting gang stalked, people were fucking jealous of you, let me tell you. Whatever it is it might be. But just know that if life went to shit because of gang stalkers, pay attention to how you went that route. What happened that went that route? It wasn't an accident. They did this to you because they were hateful people. They are hateful people. And you have to identify it. You have to learn how to get rid of those manipulative fuckers and block the fuck out of them and shine as bright as you possibly can. You have to make, you have to be the biggest and truest expression of who you are as a human being. Make them jealous of all the fucking gifts that God gave to you that they don't want you to have. And give them a reason to fucking hate your guts. They already do. Why not make it worth your while? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please share this information, because this information is incredibly useful for anyone who's getting gang stalked. You can't agree with me. You might not. But if you apply what I'm telling you to your gangstalking operation, it will work. I bet everything on it. I am giving you extra information that will lead you back to your freedom. And I'm giving it to you for free. Don't pay anyone for that information. Only me. I'm just kidding. Well, only if I publish a book, if you want to support later. However, not now. Right now, what I want is to make all the targets free. And again, you can't disagree with me all you want, but you can't tell me that I'm lying if you have not tried my methodology. All right? Thank you for watching. Bye.